Alrighty, welcome back. So look at this freaking space. I was on ChatGPT earlier and I got back on the kick of wanting to do installation. The past few days I've had a few people come in asking me if their quote was high, and I couldn't hide my jaw dropping at what the frick tile installers are charging for backsplash right now. And I basically have like an infinite amount of opportunity in here. The amount of people I've given my guy's number to do the install is insane. And yeah, anyways, somebody I think it was one of these, anyways, one of the colors that I have for it, not this green one, but it was $17.50 for 30 square feet. So 1 day of install, 2 hours of grout. Like, that's insane money for that, because that 1 day of install is like 5 hours. So a couple $100 an hour opportunity that I keep giving away, to the point where at Christmas, my installer that I give the work to, he called me and he's like, what can I do for you? What can I give you? You've given me so much work this year. And when he first started coming to me, he had like this old beat up Honda with all his tools in the back. And now he's got like this brand new Volkswagen, like a sick car compared to what he had. And I think it's from all the work I've been giving him. So I'm going to take some of that work, but I want to do it like backsplash mosaic tiles, like the sheet mosaics exclusively only. I don't want to do showers. I don't want to do big floors. I don't want to kill myself doing it. I just want quick, easy, expensive jobs. So I've got this area cleaned up here. I'm going to move all of my tools out of here. You can see I got on this kick before and brought all my tools here from tile storage. God, what a nightmare this place is. But I'm going to move it out, organize it, see what I actually need, and then continue on ChatGPT a little bit here. And yeah, I mean, dude, backsplashes are so freaking easy and they're just so expensive now. I used to charge a minimum of $500 for 35 square feet, and then $15 a square foot for any square feet over 35. So on average, I was making between $500 and $800 for a backsplash. And that's just so freaking insane. I don't know. Anyways, here we are. Look at that right here. Just sold out of all the trim that I brought in. I have literally thousands of sticks in my tile storage. They also took 24 square feet of this, but I just gave them 2 full boxes, which is actually 32 square feet of this one. $2 a foot. If y'all watch my videos, you remember I got 900 square feet in auction for, shoot, I don't know, $30 or something crazy like that. And just trying to yard out all my tools, actually see what I got going on in here. I mean, it's been 6 or 7 years since I've actually had to use any of this, so there's a lot of useless stuff in here. Oh my God, probably could have made like $100 during COVID if I had known those N35s were in there. But still yarding it out here. Alrighty, so the only thing that I'm really missing is a better grout float. This was something I picked up a while ago. It's pretty neat. You can swap out the bits. This is the grout float that I used to use. I mean, it's still usable, but they make better ones, and that's only like $20. And then besides that, it's a tile snapper, which is like a score and snap. And you'd use that for glass or ceramic or porcelain. Marble, I have a big old wet saw in tile storage, which you've probably seen if you watch my videos. Basically empty. A lot of what's up there still is just garbage. Otherwise, this grinder, I can cut. I mean, I've done tons of marble installations with just this grinder to cut it. And I've got this wheel here for cutting trims. But I think this could be like a thing, man. I tried looking up even more, just companies that specialize in backsplash installation. There's nothing. It's all tile companies that do everything. A lot of them are booked like 2, 3, 4 months in advance. So I could be really expensive, but immediately available. Cherry pick and just do, like, when someone's buying 60 square feet, come at them for installation. And when somebody's buying like 20 square feet, maybe avoid it. I've always thought, like, I don't want to go back on the tools. I used to be on the tools and it was like such hard work. But realistically, this is also extremely hard work. Like even on weekends, Friday night, Saturday night, all I do is lift 50-pound boxes all night long. Like this could even be harder than just showing up and putting up 30 square feet of backsplash, 40 square feet of backsplash. I mean, I already got all the stuff. The only issue is that it's been 6-7 years since I've done any installation. And so how rusty am I? You know, show up at someone's house, they got this tile there and they're like, yeah, install it. I mean, I know what I'm doing. I've done a solid 8 years worth of renovations, and probably 4 years of that towards the end was all tile. So I don't know, I guess I'll have to go and check out exactly what I have in tile storage. I think it's just the wet saw as far as tools go. I also have like an air nailer. Maybe I could sell that. Sell off a few other things in like a lot just to put towards the snapper, because getting like a Sigma snapper, those things aren't cheap. Just checked Marketplace and Craigslist, and they pretty much retain all of their value, which is funny that I sold some of this, because in this auction, I'll see if I can find a clip of it, but I also bought a Sigma tile snapper. It was just huge, and it sold within 1 or 2 days for $500, I think, and I got it for $100 or $150. I don't know, let me look at that video. Alrighty, we unloaded. So crazy, man. 125 bucks paid for that. Gonna list for 7. I'll go as low as 5 if I think the guy's just like starting out. That's the bigger tile we got. I put some up here, 2 pieces side by side. It looks so cool with the lines like going all the way through. These cost me 8 cents. Crazy. So yeah, that reminded me, I did sell it for 500, and it was a guy that was just starting out. So that would have been way too big for like backsplash installation. The one I want is like pretty small, you know, about from the end of that to there, can sit right up on top of a counter. And then yeah, besides that, I mean, I can't think of anything else I need. I'll need some grout charts and things like that, but alrighty, just shut her down here, about to head out. But just as a little bit of a justification for the low rate on up to 35 square feet when I was doing installs before, that was in 2015 when I first came out of a full-time job where I started there at 20 bucks an hour, and I think I got up to like 23 bucks an hour or something like that over the course of like 4 or 5 years. And back in 2015, that was actually pretty decent, kind of the going rate for what I was doing. I was mostly just a helper, even though I did like all the tile and electrical and plumbing and all kinds of crap. But yeah, I mean, the rent, like I was in a huge 2-bedroom suite at the time, and rent there was $650. So I mean, everything was just a hell of a lot cheaper in 2015. Did I say 2010? It was 2015 when I got fired ultimately. And I got fired actually because I was in this big mansion here in White Rock. I hooked up a washer on the top floor in like their walk-in closet or whatever, but I didn't put the drain into like the tube in the wall. And then I ran a cycle and went downstairs, and yeah, and then we were standing in the kitchen talking, and all of a sudden all of like the light fixtures in the ceiling started dripping water. So my boss lost it, and that was the day that I quit. And here we are 10 years later, and this is what my life is now. Let's go. Look at that. 5 in my shop. What a disgrace these prices are. We don't need that, Bo.
Yes, we do.
I also have these for 8. Their selection's really bad. Their hexagons are wild. Oh my god, you're invisible on here. I just see a cart with no person. Yeah, look. When do you think your deafness is going to go away? What? Well, I guess it's been years, but I think it's this one that I like. Oh yeah, baby, that's nice. That's a nice grout float. Super soft. Alrighty, we got ourselves the next day up in here. Came in a little early to meet somebody who wanted a shower pan and a ceiling. And out of everything I had, he chose 25 square feet of this. So I don't know if that's going to be enough. Like, how small is your shower? If, 10 square feet plus waste on the floor, 10 square feet of waste on the ceiling. So you get 25. But this came also from auction. Let me put in a little clip of what that cost. Practically frickin' nothing. Less than I thought. So $5, and half of that pallet was like a porcelain chevron. I think altogether that sold pretty much immediately within a week of getting it for $500-600, 30 here, 40 there, whatever. And I've sold some of this brown one before, and I still have, I don't know, probably 80% of it. I probably have 10 boxes in my tile storage plus what's here, and this stuff goes out at $5 a foot. Nice. So I think what I'm going to do now, this place that dropped me off all these really big samples, they're blowing out a lot of stuff. 50 cents a foot they want for the big 2 foot by 4 foot white ones. And I think this gray one, I asked them, what's the availability and are the boxes water damaged? Because every time I've gone to fulfill an order for that, the boxes were like really destroyed, like really soaking wet. I had to pretty much dry them out. But if any of them are in good shape, shoot, man, at 50 cents a foot, I'll put them in here for $2.50 and blow them out pretty quick. A lot of people that come want big tiles. But I think what I might actually do right now is post these lots. 200 for all of those. 40 square feet at $6. So I'll post this at $6 a foot, but then I'll say like take all 40 for $5 each, something like that. Get all these single lots posted up. I deleted a bunch of listings that I had that only had like 10, 15 views, and I keep renewing them and they're just not being seen. And I've noticed that when you say you have like 40 ads and you delete like 20 of them, the remaining 20 start to get more views. So the less ads you get, the better. But I've got some really nice stuff here that's just down to the wire. 40, 31, that doesn't say, 55, 35. So just post all these individual lots, see which ones kind of hit the algorithm and start getting views and which ones don't, and yada yada. That's kind of where we're at today. Went to Home Depot, had a little looky-loo. They don't have any tile snappers that I would want to use every time I do a job, so I think I will just bite the bullet and spend, $300-400. I'd want to get my tile snapper new. I looked used, and you might as well just spend the extra $80 to get a brand new one rather than getting one that's covered in mud. So yeah, that's that. Alrighty, you got some like tree trimming happening right outside, but somebody just left with 40 square feet of this one. I gave it to him for $5. We were like kind of chit-chatting, and his business is slow because of the whole I guess I shouldn't say that, but the US dude that's causing issues. So he got a deal, and I'm fine with that. Look at this, y'all. Look at all this space. So I know it seems like I also have that space where I put my tools in tile storage, but it's not technically free space yet until I unload. Look what we got there.
What happens if I down there? My little body can't carry a block.
Your little body can't carry it?
It only could carry one.
You're hilarious. Your little body. Alrighty, so we back up in here. The moms came by, Sophie's asleep, so I got about an hour I can spend here. A few things I want to take pictures of to post new ads. I got some restock in the car to bring out the sale that I made today for that glass subway tile. Awkward spot to get to in tile storage, so I didn't bring that, which was this, but I did bring these back. $9 a foot. I mean, I should have a nice stock of those here to go. But anyways, yeah, just grab a few pictures of some random crap and do some more kind of, oh, I did bring a box of this too. The lady that bought almost this whole section here the other day came back for one more box. And anyways, you know, I'm like kind of stressing over sales being slow and everything, but they're really not. Like, they're pretty decent actually. And I mean, all the bills are paid, I'm fed, everything's good. So there's nothing really to complain about. It's just there's no like crazy abundance. You know, I'm not hitting these like $1,200-$1,500 days anymore. It's more like all the bills are paid and I keep a couple hundred. Like, it's kind of whack. And it has a lot to do with the overhead, y'all. Like the freaking overhead, man. So I'm a big old hater lately. But yeah, anyways, that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed. Don't even really know what it's about. Contemplating doing installs. Haven't really taken a step to pull a job together. But, you know, a bunch of different things I want to do. Mainly just selling tile and doing installs. But, you know, that's what it is. Uncertainty in my life. And it's just weird because I'm Canadian. I'm in like a different country doing something that has really nothing to do with anything. And I'm feeling the impacts of, you know, just making everyone kind of scared of what's happening, the uncertainty. People don't want to do tile, or like the people that are coming are kind of into their 3-4 month renovations already. So what's going to happen in a couple of months if Buddy's still flip-flopping all over the place and nobody knows what's happening and everyone just wants to hang on to their money? Anyways, I don't know if I've said like that's it for this one, blah blah blah. So if I haven't, then that's it for this one. See you in the next one. Peace.